Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Ninja King, and today we're doing What If Ruby was stuck in time loop. Yes, we're doing a new What If. Hope you guys like this What If, and tell me what other What Ifs you want to see in the comment sections. After all, I will love to read your comments. Anyways, let's not waste too much time and get on with my channel's intro. So this series is gonna involve a few deaths of rubies that have already happened and are going to happen. Also, yeah. Anyways, let's get on with it. Ruby wakes up in her room, seeing the once again familiar ceiling and feeling the same familiar feeling in her bed. Her body feels a little bit tense. She tries to move her arms, but every movement she does is like electricity going through it. She puts her arms out. She wants to scream. She grabs her pillow and then screams at an animalistic roar. She then calms herself down before putting the pillow back. She hopes that Yang and her dad didn't hear it. Currently, she was right. She was once again back 2 months before Beacon. She hated this. Not only was she this time so close to killing Salem, but she lost. Again. Again and again. She just takes a deep sigh. What can I do now? Ruby says, getting up from her bed. She immediately then pulls out a notebook, once again writing it down. So, seeing how my time loop works. Got it. Ruby finally writes down everything. As Ruby then spits out a golden coin. Seeing the number, if it's 5 and a bunch of zeros, then a 1. So it's 5002, huh? Hooray, me. Ruby has gone through this 5002 times already. And now she feels like she has already done with this set. In her counting, it's 5003 right about now. The 5002nd loop. And, well, she doesn't want to do it anymore. She is so done with this set. She just wants to finish it off. But as she knows how it happens. Every time she dies, she gets sent back here. At this specific time. She's still figuring out how the time loop works. Does it reset the world or does it have an alternate personality to her? She refuses to believe that other factor about it sends us to a different version of herself. It means she's just killing every single version of herself she can find and everything else. As she then gets up, stretching her body, she goes down to see only her sister Yang and her dad there. Good morning, Ruby, Titan says, retching up, ruffling her hair. Yeah, thanks, Dad. So what's my little sis doing? Not really much. She lies, kind of. She knows that she needs to go. She needs to figure out a few things of how things can happen. As she serves the plates ready to eat, she immediately realizes something. She needs to get the help of Ospin. And this time, way earlier than before. Like, very early. And she needs to get someone else. Oscar. Immediately butterflies race in her stomach as her face kind of goes blussy. As she shakes her head. Are you okay, Ruby? Ty then say, yep. Oscar in many of the universes was pretty crucial to the roles. Especially since he's the one wielding the sword of destruction. Power so much. And he's so close to killing Salem in all those universes. But she always fails. So she knows what she's gonna do. First of all, go find Oscar. Second of all, find Ospin and get into Beacon. She knows that Beacon's this year is going to end at 2 months and she needs to go there. So, she readies her things. As night, she has a plan to leave. She knows that she needs to steal money from her father, so she knows where to go. She needs to go to Mistral. Not meet up with Leo, that's for certain. That man is still a coward no matter what. She looks at her weapon, Crescent Rose, once again feeling it. In many times, she had made so many upgrades that it couldn't have been called the original Crescent Rose anymore. She has mastered her weapon to the point of no return, and she can feel like she was more confident than anything else. She has fought so many people in so many different timelines that she knows their weaknesses. Every move they're going to do, she can predict it. It's almost like she has a third eye, but she doesn't. It's just many time loops. After all, just like a boss in a video game, if you fight them long enough, you'll start to notice their fight pattern, their pattern of attackingness. And she just takes a Crescent Rose. Time passes and nightfall happens. Ruby grabs everything she needs, her clothes, her items, and her sight. She immediately turns the sight down before putting it in her bag. She goes to Ty's room as he was asleep, pulling out his credit card. As she does, she immediately opens the door. Sorry, Dad. Sorry, Yang. As she then leaves, immediately using a semblance, she will be running a higher amount of speed. She arrives to the train station before putting out the code and getting the money. Alright, Mistral it is, she says as she boards the train. ready to embark on a travel to Mistral. As he then falls asleep. Meanwhile, in Ruby's house, Yanks would be looking for her. Opening the door, she would then say, "Hey, sleepyhead, get up!" She would then see that Ruby's not in her room. Immediately, Rory, sus, and panic would arrive in her voice. "Ruby?" she would then say, immediately checking the washroom but finding no one there. As she then looks at her desk, finding a note. "Dear Yang, actually. I have some things to do, and tell that I'm gonna arrive. If you want to find me, look for me." Immediately, Rory's would then calm down. "Don't worry about me, Yang. I'm gonna be alright. I know what I'm doing." As immediately she would be very worried, crumbling the note. She would immediately go to her dad, screaming out his name. "What's wrong? Ruby, she's missing. Hold on, stay there, we're gonna look for her." "Said, what?" she would then say. "My credit card is also missing." "She took the credit card?" "Apparently so." Oh, sorry, I don't know if Ruby Universe uses credit card, but apparently they do in this universe. Screw it, I'm too lazy to look it up in the first place when I was writing a script. Anyways, meanwhile with Ruby, she was taking down a bunch of timber wolves. Wolves that are basically normal-sized grims. As she was easily taking them down, she hears the roar of a bear, an Ursa Minor, and its back. Ruby then sighs, immediately starting to run. Using a semblance, she would turn into a petal rose spinning around, just like in Volume 4 and onwards. She learned these tricks anyways, so yeah, semblance evolution for her is nothing new. She's already evolved her semblance more than enough time, so she knows the tricks to do it. As she then splits before reforming again. Wow, that always gives me a... She shakes her head, feeling a few headaches. Stretching her body a bit, Ruby realizes where she was. She was definitely in Mistral, but where part was Oscar's she doesn't know. She immediately pulls out her map before looking at it. Right, first of all, get to the town, get some more supplies, and then we'll see it. Ruby immediately runs to the nearest town. Finding it there, Ruby goes there and sits down, ordering some bunch of foods that can't help people arrive. After eating the food, she remembers what this day was, immediately getting scared. No. Immediately she hides after finishing the food and buying the things. As she then sees Adam and the White Fang walking in. Sit. No, not like the 50 blue. I'm not gonna die here again. Immediately moving, she then sees that Adam here is, well, how shall I put it, brutal. He came here to finish this up, to send a message to everyone. Send a message that the White Fang is not. So everyone in this room was getting killed one by one, and Adam didn't like anyone escaping. Ruby immediately moved, but he catches Adam's attention. Immediately Adam shakes his sword up as her eyes goes wide. Cut. Ruby's head falls to the ground, and her body as well. As almost like V0 Steins Gate kind of thing happens. Time starts to reverse. The wall itself starts to reverse itself. The wall spins around like the gold itself and reverses back. As Ruby wakes up, frustrated that why did it happen again. She gets up, goes to a normal day's routine, grabs the things, and then runs again into the train of Mistral. She wants to avoid Adam as much as possible after all. As she was on the train, she pukes out another one of the coins. Passing it to the side, she already knows what the coins are for, so she doesn't care anymore. As the train drives away, she wonders what else she can do. At this situation, she feels like she's gonna be stuck here for good. But she doesn't want to be stuck here for good. She wants to escape this time loop, escape from this freaking hell. This is nothing but a hell to her. Why must she suffer to this set? Why must she feel like this? All of these things are in Ruby's head. As she calms herself down. Right, Rose, keep yourself calm. As once again, Ruby seems to be fighting Timberwolves and basically goes to the shop. This time arriving a lot earlier than Adam. Taking the thing, she then starts to go. As he sees the White Fang marching. Immediately running, she would move past Adam. But his eyes meeting hers as she immediately goes. Adam would then say, "Keep an eye. Interesting. Guards." "Yes, Sir Adam. Keep an eye on her." "Why so?" "I feel like her presence holds a threat to the White Fang." "Yes, Sir Adam," they would then say. As Ruby escapes. Whew! Survived! And now, where's Oscar? She would then say, pulling out the same paper. Meanwhile, Tai and Yang once again find that those and they had the same reactions as all the times. But for some reason, Yang feels something. "Dad, does it feel like we have done this before?" Tai would then look at her, before wondering something as well. "Yeah, it feels like that we have lived through this multiple times. But Ruby's not run away before, has she?" "I don't know for sure," Yang said. Titan looks at Yang before he says, "Yeah, it does feel like that we have done this before." Yeah, definitely. Odd, doesn't it? It's not like Ruby has ran away from us before, has she? They immediately start thinking of it before shaking their head. Anyways, I'm gonna go and look for Ruby. We're gonna look for her. I don't know, somewhere, I guess. Search the Four Kingdom. But Beacon is opening soon. Screw it. She would then say, if I don't find her, I'll come back, okay? Immediately grabbing her bike and putting out a ski, she would immediately start up. This time, well, I'm just gonna say the events of the Yang thriller / Zell thriller happens, but this time she's more determined. Also, she doesn't meet Ruby there at all, so yeah. Yang goes. Her mission to find her sister immediately evident in a boy. Meanwhile, for Ruby, she was tired to say the least. It has been 2 days since she ran away, and she was basically tired. Camping along, fighting Grim, and basically her clothes were kind of teared up. Her once elegant looking hood cape almost now is completely destroyed. She's kind of tired. As she finally reaches a place, a somewhat familiar place. No matter what townland she is, she has been to this place at least once. There was no townland, they came here before the war with Salem. A last momentum to say the least. As she looks at it, there's a smile as she notices the farm. As it just says, Pines Family Farm, huh? Oh, shit. Ruby then just falling down. Am I gonna die here? Well, death from exhaustion, huh? Well, I gotta say, it's gotta be one of my first times dying like this. Ruby's eyes close as she waits for the inevitable death and this last reset. But it doesn't happen. Ruby's head was hurting as she remembered the last few times this had happened. This time she didn't die, and she was happy for that. She really didn't want to put I died because of extensive energy lost in a gravestone, or be written in the coin. As she looks around, someone walks in. It seems to be a woman with dark skin, black hair, and what seems to be emerald green eyes, almost similar to that of a certain person she knows. She seems to be wearing a farm attire as she looks at Ruby. What did you get yourself into, little missy? She then says. Ruby feels a warm, motherly connection with her, but she already knows who this woman was. This was Leah now, aka Oscar's auntie, and she was basically just meeting her. It's a long story, Ruby would then say. Normally people don't come here unless they're running away from something, she then says, concerned in her voice for Ruby. Ruby doesn't know what to say. Listen, I'm just having some problems, okay? She then smiled a bit. Sure. Hey, why don't you come down? My nephew's finished cooking and we can just, talk when we all eat. Sure, Ruby then says, as she then leaves. Ruby takes a deep breath, trying to get her mind settling up the situation she just got herself into. One thing was clear, she managed to make it to one of her goals, and that was trying to get Oscar. But now another problem arises. How will she, convince him? After all, she cannot just say she's from the time loop, right? She doesn't even know why. Like, she has never done this to the 5,000 times she has time looped. So, who's to say at least? And then again, majority of the time she did die prematurely. So yeah, she was not even certain that what would happen the moment she tells someone about her time looping abilities. So she decides to take a gamble. A why the fuck not moment for her. As she then leaves the room, she would then see that it was Oscar again. His emerald green eyes meets with hers, as then her silver eyes. She would then say, you have silver eyes. Huh. Nice. Immediately we would blush, realizing that that's the first thing he says in all of her timelines. And something he figures out that he already knows about what the silver eyes are. Thanks. Tell me, have we met somewhere before? Oscar would then say as Ruby blushes. Oh wow, look at my nephew making the moves. Didn't know that you like redheads. What? Oscar would then say, eek! A eek/squeak can be heard from Ruby as she basically is now embarrassed. Whatever, just sit down. After the eating, Oscar and Leonor leave for farm work. As they do, Ruby would then breathe out, realizing that she was kind of weird to see Oscar recognizing her like that. Sure, maybe her theory about this not being sent to an alternate timeline, but instead the world being reset kind of sounds about right. Yeah, probably, she says to herself as she then moves away from this whole situation. as Oscar could be seen doing the farm work, he'd be putting things left and right as Ruby approaches him. Do you need anything? Oscar would then say, no, just here to help. Can I help you a bit? Oscar would then look, saying, sure, why not? As Ruby helps him. With his semblance, he does some of the things of the farm works, like feeding the animals, gathering the crops, and doing more. As they all finish, Oscar would then say, that's the fastest we have finished in years. Days, actually. Thanks. Oh, you're welcome. Ruby would then say to him, as he has a small blush. Hey, can I tell you something? Sure. What do you think of becoming a huntsman or huntresses? Have you ever thought of anything about that? Oscar would then grab his chin a bit before saying, I don't know. Personally speaking, yeah, I do want to go on adventures, to explore the kingdoms, and revel around, but I don't think any of the Hunters Academy would accept me. I don't have prior training, and sure, I can go to the pre-Hunters Academies, but still, I don't really want to go there. I don't want to leave my aunt alone. Are you sure about that? Yeah, I am. Sure, I'm ridiculously good at fighting. Ruby would be kind of confused at that fact. What do you mean you're good at fighting? I don't know, it's like some of the moves I use and some of them I've never trained about, but I always know how to use them. And sometimes I know even how to defend myself from Grims when Sunder's attacks happen. Excuse me, you've attacked by Grims? Ruby would hold him, checking him around to see if there was any injuries. No. I think you got it wrong. Plus, it's not like it's every day that you get attacked by Grim anyways. They wouldn't say, but Ruby had a concern in her eyes, wondering what happened to Oscar. Yeah, whatever. But anyways, I'll be going. So what about you? Well, I want to become a huntress. I want to save everyone with a smile on my face and protect everything as well. That's nice. Plus, Ruby would then think to herself, I need to get out of this time live anyways. So where will we be going? Beacon Academy. Really? You? A girl that we found half dead in our farm wants to become a huntress and go to the elite school. Okay, so I don't know if Beacon is actually an elite school or not. But seeing how many students are there and how Ozpin is known about, I'm pretty sure it is, even though it was never confirmed to be. Then again, I'm pretty sure that Atlas feels more of an elite school. But again, that's like more of my thoughts, and I'm not so sure. Someone can comment in the comment section and tell me if I'm wrong or correct. As Ruby then goes, picking up her clothes, realizing that some of them were damaged thanks to her 2-day trip, but others were being washed. So she just takes Leona's clothes, and after a while, she meets up with Oscar, who seems to be doing the farm. A few days, more like 2 days, have been passed, and she tells him, Hey Oscar, can I tell you something? Sure, what is it? Oscar would then say. She takes a deep breath, as he then explains a time loop situation. After a while, Oscar finally speaks. It was quiet the whole time because he didn't want to interrupt whatever she was saying. And so he says, And are you sure this is happening to you? She would then laugh, saying that, Yeah, I know. Sounds kind of ridiculous. And I know you don't believe me. I believe you. What? I believe you. I mean, that explains everything actually. Why you are so familiar with me, why you're so familiar with my aunt, why you have no hesitation in letting me do some of the things. It only makes sense. Ruby was kind of shocked a bit. So, do you have any idea how your time loop works? Yeah, I'm sure about that. It works like this. Every time I die, I go back to a specific amount of time. And so, yeah. Alright, but do you know how it specifically works? How it affects the world? Ruby would then say, I think time resets, but it's incomplete. Incomplete? Well, let's take you for example. You say you know moves that you shouldn't, or you know how to fight like you shouldn't. Oscar would then look at his hands. Yeah, it's like I have muscle memories of things I don't know. That's the whole point. It feels like I can keep my memories of these things, and Oscar would then scratch the back of his head. Sounds like a novel I read. Novel? Yeah. Long story short, it's a very weird one. Okay, alright, got it, Ruby would then say. So what now? Well, I don't know necessarily what to do in this situation as much as you do. For all we know, we need to talk to my auntie. Alright, let's go and talk to your auntie and figure out what situation we do. And then they go to meet with Leona. And I'm gonna end things off here. So yeah, right, short video, I know, mostly because I was tired today. Need to still get a video out, and I was really still suffering from my eye problem. Other than those reasons, anyways, what do you guys think of this part? Like, comments, and subscribe. And tell me what other what-ifs you want to see in the comment sections below. Also, let's get a few things here. The reason there's no music in this background is because it's hard to find non-copyrighted version of Ruby songs. So, yeah, until I can actually find them or someone in the comments gives me a link to them, God, my throat. Yeah, I'll be not be having any songs in my Ruby. What ifs. Anyways, bye.